Greetings, Internet! Welcome to Bookworm Reviews. I'm your host, the Bookworm. The mystery genre. Probably one of the youngest genres, with its roots tracing back to the 1800s. It's a genre best known for using human reasoning to solve the unsolvable. It is also known for having long series with an episodic format. Because of that, you can pick up any book from a mystery series and not feel lost. But if you're OCD like me, you always have to read them in order, no matter what. Of course, the genre has built on its own cliches, tropes, and archetypes. Stop me if you heard this one. A down on his luck private investigator, divorced with kids, has an animal companion, who's a dog, and is told from the point of view from said dog. Glad to have your attention. Sit back and relax as we dive into Doggone It, the first Chet and Bertie mystery by Spencer Quint.
He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view. No.
One thing about humans, they like to get high. This comes up over and over again in our work. They drink booze, they smoke this and that, they pop pills, even stick needles in their and once, oh yes, it can be done. What's with you right now? Nothing. Nothing was with me. Stoned out of my mind, that was all. wider. Plus I started to pant a bit, getting pretty charged up. Never aggressive, not inappropriately. Bernie patted my head, thump thump. I calmed down. Chet is a trained police dog after all. He is? Graduated first in his class at K9 school. That was stretching it a little, since I hadn't actually graduated, which is how Bernie and I ended up together. A long story I'll go into later if I have a chance. In that case, Cynthia opened the door. We went inside. Bernie is, like I said, a down-on-his-luck PI whose only company is his dog Chet. When a woman comes and asks for him to find her missing daughter, Bernie takes it, but as he learns more about the daughter and her family, he will find more than he bargained for, as the duo will go through the desert, biker bars, and ghost mines to save the girl. Of course, this story is all told from the eyes, ears, and nose of Chet the dog, which quickly separates it from other stories. If this story were from Bernie's point of view, it wouldn't be quite as interesting. 75% of the charm in the book is seeing Chet's view with people, situations, his day-to-day life, and how he can cause as much trouble as he helps. The other 25% belong to the mystery, which is pretty interesting if not a little cliche. Most of the revelations work, but there are some moments that just happen out of pure coincidence. Like at one point, Chet gets kidnapped near the beginning and figures out everything, where the girl is and who the people behind it are. But none of that wouldn't have happened if Chet didn't hear a female bark and his male instinct takes over to get him kidnapped in the first place. But hey, we all have our weaknesses. It also gives us something different by seeing Chet trying to give Bernie the information and how he will fill in the pieces of the mystery, which keeps you invested to see how all the pieces will fit and how they will resolve the mystery. Of course, a mystery novel wouldn't be complete without its cast of characters and suspects. With the detective duo of Bernie and Chet, Bernie being the serious one dealing with a divorce and cash flow problems, and Chet being the carefree dog, but is canine trained and knows when to get into action. To the supporting cast, from Bernie's ex-wife and son, who visits every other weekend, to newspaper reporter Susie, who you know will become Bernie's love interest later on. It's not like the book hides it. And all the different people we meet during the investigation as you read on. Honestly, there isn't much else to say about the book. It's a good mystery with great characters, and Chet is just the perfect narrator that sets it apart from the rest. I couldn't say anything more without leading into spoilers, and anything else will be dangerously close to overanalyzing. And I don't. Ah! I don't know, Bill. There's this pain in my. No. Something much. That's better. Yes. I'm the book snob. Yes. Oh, he's here. I'm just the snob that lies in everyone. But I'm here because his analysis for this book was simply dreadful, and I couldn't stand by anymore when an interesting subject was presented right in front of his face. Yes. Like my dear oblivious text, is the fact this is a book about American greed, capitalism, and nostalgia. Yes. You see, under all that cutesy-wootsy animal narration, we see that Bernie hates the desert landscape he lives in keeps changing as more people move in. How the land he once knew as a kid is gone. Sounds like somebody misses the good old days. Yes. Plus, the ex-husband of the woman who hired him is a house developer with his own set of money issues. The fact this was released in 2009 is without a doubt a commentary about the housing crisis going on at the time. Yes. And I think you are not reading into it enough. Because if not for that, then why should anyone read this pointless dribble that's nothing more than reading a YouTube video? I am doing you and everyone else a service, and I should be respected for that. Yes, and furthermore, just what the hell are you? I see the floating text. But why the floating text? What's the meaning of it? What's the symbolism? Where's the No, not now. Not when there's so much to teach the simpletons. No, no, no!
What the hell was that?
Hot. Face. Nose. Ears. Fingers. Body. Oh, thank God I still have them. Well, that just happened. Let's hope it never happens again. Yes. I don't know. Let's just wrap up. Doggone It is a great debut for Chet and Bernie that teases a lot about their history, but only gives enough to make us read the sequels to learn more. Well, after dealing with such a traumatic experience, I think I'm gonna take a week off from reading. Don't worry, I will be here next week. I just don't know what yet. How about a top 10 list? Till next time, have a nice day.